The station is never quiet, day or night. Each week, hundreds of thousands of travellers come to Sydney's Central Station. Passengers catching electric trains alone total 93,000 on a normal working day. But long-distance travellers also know Central well. Daily, 150 country and interstate trains pull into and leave these platforms. Many of the trains travel southwards, towards the border of New South Wales and Victoria. But for many years, that's where they've stopped. Trains such as the Sydney-Melbourne Daylight Express have gone no further than the border. Their terminus, Albury. To many people, the name Albury means simply a place to change trains. But it's soon to lose this identity. For almost 80 years, a difference in the rail gauge between New South Wales and Victoria has forced people to change trains here. Early next year, a through service will begin. The line is being standardized. Many a soldier has passed through Albury, especially during the war years. All goods and luggage have to be unloaded, then loaded again at Albury. But soon, it will be just a wayside halt. Much business will be lost by the railway's restaurant. Ever since 1857, attempts have been made to standardize the rail gauge in Australian states. Now Melbourne, New South Wales and Brisbane are being linked, and the worry of changing trains will be eliminated. South of the border, the trains will soon travel on lines which are the same gauge as New South Wales, 4 feet 8.5 inches. Work is nearly completed, with 4.5 miles to go. The Spirit of Progress will be the first passenger train to run from Melbourne to Sydney in April. More than 1,000 men have been building the standard gauge line. Work on the standardization of about 190 miles from Albury to Melbourne began in 1958. A joint venture of the two state governments, it's expected to cost more than £14 million. Here the men are straightening crowbars, bent by the strain of hard work in the sun. "27,000 tons of rails, 500,000 sleepers, and millions of tons of filling are being used. Many migrants are among the workers. This gang working at Seymour, 60 miles north of Melbourne, includes men from Greece and also some like Bernd Pichakova from Germany. Aged 21, he comes from Berlin. New S-Class locomotives will be used. This one was helping to consolidate the track on a new stretch. The new line generally follows the existing broader gauge track from Wodonga, near the border, to Broadmeadows, Melbourne. After April next year, 3 air-conditioned services will run each way between Sydney and Melbourne daily. Spencer Street Station, in the heart of Melbourne, will be the terminal for the standard gauge passenger service. 2 new luxury sleeper trains are being built at a cost of £1 million. Some Victorian rolling stock is also being converted. At 11 a.m. on January the 3rd, the first train to use the new line, a fast goods, will reach Melbourne. At first, they'll travel at restricted speeds to consolidate the line. But by April the 1st, passenger trains should be reaching speeds of up to 80 miles an hour. Melbourne to Sydney in 13 hours. Here at Spencer Street, they're working on a new terminal building. The modern terminal will have a platform 1,300 feet long, an underground tunnel for parcels and luggage, and a cafeteria. From Melbourne, through New South Wales to Brisbane. After 80 years, a standard gauge, 4 feet 8.5 inches. The name